So think of it this way. Here at City Hall, you pay for everything that goes on inside, right down to the pens and pencils. Let's start with the Mayor's Office of Communications. 5 full-time employees, nearly $300,000. Down the street, 2 more at the Water Department, another $167,000. Across the street at Cleveland Public Power, $79,000 more, plus another $103,000 for a police public information officer. And don't forget the airport, another $65,000. 11 taxpayer-funded PIOs, public information officers. Price tag out the door, more than $700,000 for public information you own. But here's what happens when we call. We'd like to arrange an interview with the Director of Public Utilities, an interview with the police chief. We'd like to arrange an interview with the mayor. Voicemail every time. Only Public Utilities returned it, explaining higher-ups at the mayor's office said no.
An informed electorate is fundamental to a working democracy.
Lisa Rosenberg heads up a leading First Amendment advocacy group.
It strikes the public as a cover-up if you can't reach the people that you need to reach. And it destroys trust in government, and it makes people think that there's something to hide.
Even simple questions require public records requests, which we do. But it took 8 full months to find out just how much the city's paying an expensive Cleveland law firm to fight water customers in court. Other requests can take months to answer, and sometimes we don't get them.
The name PIO, Public Information Officer, may be a misnomer. They're really, protection officers trying to protect the information from getting to the public. And we're seeing more and more of that.
What you do get,
so if you have a question,
are Facebook Live town halls, where questions are monitored and controlled.
They'll take down your name and where you're calling from.
Like this one on March 24th. My question about interviews was ignored.
We would love to hear from you.
So we continue to ask. April 14th, phone calls to PIOs for the mayor, police chief, and public utilities director. Result, no interviews. Then on April 20th, another Facebook Live where questions are submitted.
This is Ron Regan with News 5. Our city department heads and public information officers free to provide on-camera interviews without approval from the mayor?
We have, the quick answer is the communications department does not need my approval.
The next day, we followed up by email on our interview requests. This time, we got an answer, sort of. The police department PIO sent us this web link, directing us right back to that Facebook Live from the day before, where he also had this to say about our request to speak with the public utilities director.
Okay, what you found out, Mr. Regan?
Your office denied an interview with public utility director recently. Why?
I don't know. You have to ask whoever denied.
Meanwhile, taxpayers continue to pay salaries. The mayor, $152,000. Police chief, $161,000. And the director of public utilities, $200,000 a year. And all continue to avoid interviews, costing you more than money.
We as citizens are not able to fully participate in our democracy. And importantly, we're not able to judge whether our elected officials are doing what we've elected them to do.
So in the end, you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for public information officers and getting very little public information. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.